Hello students, a very good morning to you. How are you? I hope you all okay. And students, first of all today I want to give a big thanks to your parents that they are cooperating us so much, and thanks again for your videos that you sent to me about the representation of human brain, and that is very effective, which is shown by many people, and they give to me many compliments about you. So again thanks to you students. So let's continue our chapter 7 of class 10, that is control and coordination. Today we will study about human endocrine system, and in our last class we have completed the plant hormones, in which we know how different type of hormones help in the overall development, growth and development of the plant. So let's see what is human endocrine system and what is it consists of, and what are the different endocrine glands present in our body. So let's understand what is endocrine system. Endocrine system means which is ductless gland. Endocrine means having no ducts. Having no ducts means these are the glands in our body which have no ducts, but their secretion occurs in a trace amount into the blood. Secretion occurs in blood in a traced amount, means this hormone or all these hormones from endocrine glands secreted continuously to blood, and through bloodstream it transported to all over the body. And as we know that endocrine system is the second coordinating organ of the body. Not only the brain controls all the activities that are happening inside our body, but also the endocrine system plays an important role in controlling various activities that take place in our body. So let's understand what are different type of endocrine glands. So students, first we will start from hypothalamus, but let's see what are different type of endocrine glands. So endocrine gland is starting from hypothalamus, then your pituitary, then pineal gland, pituitary gland, hypothalamus, thalamus gland, then your thyroid, fourth one is your thyroid gland, fifth one is your parathyroid gland, sixth one is your pancreas, seventh one is your adrenal, next is your testis, and ovary. These are the endocrine glands present in our body, and different type of hormone is secreted from these glands, and they control different activities. So we will start from hypothalamus, and we'll see what is the function of hypothalamus and which type of hormone is secreted from this, and how it controls the activities that are taking place inside our body. So students, these are the name of the glands which we will study one after another. So first we will describe about hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is known as master gland. This is known as master gland. It means it controls the master gland to secreting different type of hormones by other endocrine glands. That's why this is called as master gland, and it secretes the hypothalamic hormone. It secretes hypothalamic hormone. Or which you can say as GnRH. GnRH. It means gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonad means testis and ovary. Gonad means testis and ovary. So the hormones that are secreted from testis and ovary is controlled by hypothalamus. again I am telling you, not directly controlled by the hypothalamus, by pituitary gland, because hypothalamus is the only gland which controls pituitary, and pituitary gland controls the rest of the glands. That's why pituitary is called as master gland, whereas hypothalamus is called as master of master gland. It means if I told you about hypothalamus, then you can consider hypothalamus as head cell and pituitary as RP cell, and rest of the glands are the teachers. So when head cell gives any permission to RP cell, then RP cell gives this information to teachers, and teachers are do their work regarding to their subject. So here exactly what happens, hypothalamus is master of master gland and it controls the pituitary, and pituitary controls rest of the glands to secrete different type of hormone. So I think clear, students? So hypothalamus secretes hypothalamic hormone which is called as GnRH, means gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonad means testis and ovary. In biology we term this as gonad. So the GnRH is LH and FSH that is secreted from pituitary hormone. I will explain you. Simply you just remember here, this is about hypothalamus, that this is master of master glands and it secretes hypothalamic hormone. It controls pituitary. It controls pituitary to secrete different type of hormones. So now let's see about pituitary gland. What is the function of pituitary gland? So next gland is your pituitary. This is called as master gland of our body. This is called as master gland of our body. Why this is called so? Because it controls all the hormones and all the glands to secrete the amount of hormone, means both type of stimulating and inhibiting hormone is controlled by or secreted by pituitary, but not directly, indirectly. But still pituitary direct secretes some hormones, like the hormones which is secreted directly, the hormones which are secreted directly by pituitary are LH, means luteinizing hormone. Remember student, this is called as luteinizing hormone. Then FSH means follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone. Along with the growth hormone is also directly secreted from pituitary, and prolactin. Prolactin is the hormone which is whose secretion from pituitary helps in the growth of mammary gland, and during pregnancy its secretion get increased, as during pregnancy there is synthesis and secretion of milk occurs. So students, these are the hormones which is directly secreted from pituitary gland. Instead of these hormones, rest of the hormones which are secreted from other glands are also controlled by this pituitary, like your TSH, means thyroid stimulating hormone, PSH, parathyroid stimulating hormone. Clear students? They are also controlled by the pituitary, means how much amount of thyroxine hormone or parathyroid hormone will be secreted from this gland, that is controlled by this gland, means pituitary gland. That's why this is called as the master gland. So here LH and FSH helps in the during the time of puberty, due to which LH helps in the ovulation as well as spermatogenesis in male. FSH helps in the formation of or growing follicle, size of the growing follicle, means the ovum development. GH means growth hormone. If the growth hormone secreted in large amount from our pituitary, then the person is having a very high height, means the condition is called as gigantism, means the head is large, the body is so large, like the great Khali. So this is due to over secretion of growth hormone. It means Overt secretion of growth hormone cause gigantism. Overt secretion of GH causes gigantism. Whereas less secretion of growth hormone causes dwarfism, means some persons having small height due to less secretion of this growth hormone by pituitary. So if it secretes in large amount, it causes the condition that is called as gigantism. Whereas less secretion causes dwarfism. You can take the example like the Great Khali, in which gigantism is seen, and dwarfism can be seen in Lilliput, that is a film actor. His height is so small, and this is due to less secretion of growth hormone. Next, I have told you about prolactin hormone, which helps in the growth of mammary gland. Prolactin helps in the growth of mammary gland, and its secretion get increased after puberty in females. In females means all mammals, its secretion increases after puberty. So this is all about your pituitary gland. Next we will study about pineal gland. Pineal gland is present on brain. It is present in brain. And it secretes the hormone that is melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone, you must heard about melatonin, which controls the skin pigmentation. It controls the skin pigmentation. Means whether you are black or white, that is controlled by this hormone secretion. If melatonin secreted in large amount, then the person is black. If it secretion in large amount, then the person is black. And if it secreted in less amount, then the person is white. So this is called, or we can say it controls the skin pigmentation. Not only controls the skin pigmentation, it but also helps in the sleep wake cycle. It means we have a schedule to take food, to go to bed, for sleep. So if we are sleeping regularly at 11 p.m. or at 10 p.m., then at that time the secretion of this hormone increases, due to which we obviously go for sleep. And if we are wake up early in the morning, suppose in 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., then we autonomously wake up. So how this is possible? This is possible due to this hormone, means it controls the sleep wake cycle, means when we go to bed and when we wake up. Again it also controls the rhythmic diurnal. Rhythmic diurnal means the time when we are going to press. This causes due to this hormone, means there is a particular time of our press early in the morning. This is only due to the hormone melatonin. It also controls the menstrual cycle. Clear, students? So it has many functions. As I have told you, the endocrine system is second coordinating organ of our body. So you can see here from these explanations how they are controlling different activities. Here the melatonin, it is present in brain. It controls the skin pigmentation, helps in the sleep wake cycle, controls the rhythmic diurnal, and controls the menstrual cycle in females. So next hormone is your thyroid hormone. Thyroid gland which secretes thyroxine hormone. Next gland is your thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is present in pair in the neck region. In this region, thyroid gland is present. It is present in pair. and it secretes thyroxine hormone. Thyroxine hormone. And for the synthesis of thyroxine hormone, iodine is needed by us. Iodine is needed by us. If the use of iodine is less in our food, its secretion get decreased, due to which if during pregnancy the iodine lacks in the food, the child may be abnormal or mentally retarded or have poor development or shows less intelligence. That's why iodine is an important factor in our food which helps in the synthesis and secretion of thyroxine hormone. So if we do not take iodine, then we suffer from a disease called as goiter. It means less secretion of thyroxine hormone causes less secretion of thyroxine hormone causes goiter. Goiter means the condition in which the neck gets swell, or in Hindi you can say it as genga. Here the neck gets swell due to which or due to the less secretion of thyroxine hormone. So excess secretion of thyroxine is called as hyperthyroidism. Excess secretion of thyroxine hormone cause hyperthyroidism. And less secretion of thyroxine hormone cause hypothyroidism. And the main function of thyroxine hormone is to help in the metabolism of carbohydrate, protein and fat. It means if we have less secretion of thyroxine hormone, then we may show less metabolism in this food like carbohydrates, protein and fat. Also we show some diseases like goiter. So to control or to have proper secretion of thyroxine hormone, the person should be take iodine in his diet in an appropriate amount, not to be excess and not to be less. So next hormone is your parathyroid, and this is secreted from parathyroid gland. Next hormone is parathyroid hormone, and that is secreted from parathyroid gland. Parathyroid gland secretes parathyroid hormone. Secretes parathyroid hormone, and it is present in two pairs just below the thyroid gland. Means if this is your neck region, here is thyroid gland present, whereas here parathyroid gland is present. So they are the parathyroid gland which is present in pairs in each side, and it secretes parathyroid hormone. Its main function is to help in the metabolism of calcium. It helps in the metabolism of calcium. As we know that calcium is an important mineral which is needed by our bones and blood for easy circulation and for making bones strong. So its metabolism will, if the parathyroid hormone secreted in less amount, then calcium metabolism will get decreased, and due to which we saw the weakened bone and the blood circulation also get inhibited. So this is about your parathyroid gland. Next is your thymus gland. From thymus gland, thymosin hormone is secreted. Thymosin hormone is secreted, and it helps in the synthesis or preparation of B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. Or simply you can say thymosin hormone helps in increasing immunity. In embryonic stage, the thymus gland is large, but when we get adult, then it is get reduced. And from thymus gland, thymosin hormone is secreted. Clear? Next is our pancreas gland. Next gland is pancreas gland, and pancreas gland is called as dual gland. Next is your pancreas. This is called as dual gland. This question come many times in the board exams. Pancreas is called as dual gland. Why? Why this is called as dual gland? As it secretes both enzyme as well as hormone. Means pancreas, one portion acts as exocrine gland, means it secretes enzyme, and another portion acts as endocrine gland and it secretes hormone. So in hormone it secretes insulin. Insulin is secreted from pancreas. So if the secretion of insulin is less, then the condition is called as diabetes mellitus. Means if less secretion is of insulin occurs from pancreas, then it leads to the condition that is called diabetes mellitus. It means the function of insulin is to control the metabolism of carbohydrate, protein and fat also. But if its secretion get decreased, then the metabolism get inhibited, due to which the amount of secretion of or the amount of formation of sugar get increased in our blood, and the condition is called as diabetes mellitus. It means the insulin hormone or the endocrine gland, the pancreas which acts, the portion which acts as endocrine gland, it secretes two type of hormone. One is glucagon and another is insulin. Glucagon is secreted from the alpha cell, whereas beta cell secretes insulin. So if we are taking more and more carbohydrate and the secretion of insulin is less, then for its metabolism, means for the metabolism of carbohydrate, the secretion of glucagon is increased, and at a certain or after a certain time period, its secretion is so high that it increases the blood level or sugar level in our blood, and that condition is called as diabetes mellitus. It means if a person is suffering from diabetes, then it has less secretion of insulin and more secretion of glucagon. So here we can call this as hyperglycemic or hyperglycemia. More secretion of glucagon is called as hyperglycemia. More secretion of glucagon is called as hyperglycemia, and less secretion of glucagon is called as hypoglycemia. So students, lack of insulin may lead to cause diabetes. So diabetes patients who have or whose pancreas is not secreting insulin, they are treated by giving the injections of insulin, because the function of insulin is to control the sugar level in blood. Sugar level in blood. So here I have told you two type of cells are present in endocrine portion of pancreas. One is alpha cell and another is beta cell. Alpha cell secretes glucagon and beta cell secretes insulin. Glucagon helps in the metabolism of carbohydrate, protein and fat, whereas insulin controls the sugar level in the blood. So if the secretion of less or more tend to cause disease in human body. So this is your pancreas gland. Next is your adrenal gland. The next endocrine gland is adrenal gland. From adrenal gland, adrenaline hormone is secreted. The hormone name is adrenaline. This hormone is called as emergency hormone. emergency hormone, because its secretion occurs always, as I have told you. All the endocrine glands secrete hormones regularly in trace amount, but this hormone secretion get increased when we are in a panic situation or in an emergency situation. That's why this hormone is called as emergency hormone, or we can say this hormone as fight or flight hormone. It means fight or flight hormone. It means either you should fight with the situation or you should run away from the situation. Suppose let's say situation that you are going to your friend's house and a dog barks on you. At that situation, you suddenly think, what should we do? Either I run away from here or I should stand. So the decision is taken by you is due to the secretion of this adrenaline hormone. So how this help you to take decision? When its secretion increases in the blood, then it increases the blood pressure, heartbeat, pulse rate and rate of respiration, due to which the breakdown of glucose is so rapid and gives more energy to decide or to take decision during that situation. That's why this is called as the emergency hormone or fight or flight hormone, and its secretion helps us to give energy. This question also come in board exams. How or what is the feedback mechanism of adrenaline hormone? You can write, when the secretion of adrenaline hormone is get increased, then the heart rate, blood pressure, pulse rate and breathing rate get increased, due to which the cells of our body get more oxygen, and due to getting more oxygen the breakdown of glucose is more, and that gives us energy to take decision during the emergency situation. Means what to do, whether we should fight with the situation or we should run away from the situation. So this is your adrenal gland. Next gland is your testis. Testis gland is present in male and it secretes the male sex hormone. The male sex hormone, which is called as testosterone. Testosterone, and its function is to control the sexual activity in male. So students, testis is considered as an endocrine gland and it is present in only human males, and it secretes the male sex hormone, which is called as testosterone, and it controls the sexual activity in male, and its secretion starts after puberty, and this also helps in the process of spermatogenesis. And next gland is ovary. This gland is present in females and it secretes the hormone estrogen. This will be pronounced as estrogen, or you can also write estrogen like this, and progesterone. So these hormones also help in the process of ovulation, as well as it controls the secondary sexual character in females. Dear students, so this is all about your human endocrine system, and they are the different glands, and here you know that how they acts as the second coordinating organ of our body and controls different activity that take place in our body. Instead of these glands, some organs are in our body which are not considered as endocrine gland, but still they secrete some hormones, like your kidney, liver and heart also secretes some type of hormones, which we will study in class 11. So students, for today, this is completion of your revision of chapter control and coordination. Next we will start the revision of chapter 8, that is reproduction in animals and plants.